Ooh, these are soft. Oh boy. No way. There's no way this can work. Hey guys, it's Sharon. You are currently in my bathroom cabinet because it is almost midnight. Your girl is getting ready for bed and I'm on my period, so I figured I'm going to bed. This is the perfect time to try some period underwear. We're gonna go through my little quick just night routine. This is gonna take me a good maybe 5 or 6 minutes because I have to wash my reusable pads, which I actually made a video of me trying reusable pads for the first time. Oh my gosh, I think it might have been like last year. Long story short, ever since then I like absolutely fell in love with my reusable pads. I wear them all the time, but obviously like I want to try some more products to see if I can find a new favorite or just have like a backup favorite. So this is my first time ever trying period underwear. This one in specific is from KT by NYX. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. It doesn't look that thick compared to my reusable pads, and I'm a bleeder. I'm a heavy bleeder, so I am a little bit nervous. This feels so much thinner. We'll see how that goes, but I'm basically just switching out of my reusable pad right now and switching into this so we can do the overnight test, and I'll update you in the morning about how that goes. Ooh, these are soft. Oh boy. No way. There's no way this can work. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling much faith in this right now. Okay, so we might be having a slight change of plan. I'm gonna try these on instead. These are also from KT by NYX. They're a lot bigger, and I want to switch into these because the pad is all the way up here and comes all the way down and ends all the way up here. Listen, I know my body, the type of period underwear that I'm currently wearing right now, it's almost like a panty liner type. I know I'm bleeding too much for that, and I bleed too long for that, if that makes sense. So I don't feel confident in these at all, and I don't want to risk it because I really don't want to wake up with a period stain on my sheets. So we're switching into these. I think these are purposely for overnight or just heavy bleeders. I would feel more comfortable wearing the ones that I'm currently wearing on a lighter day. Today is just not that day. Oh yeah, I definitely feel a lot more protected in these. I still feel naked, but I do feel more secure. My entire coochie is covered, so I feel like when I bleed, I'll be fine. So here they are. They look just like shorts. You want to say hi or something? She's not even fluffy anymore. She got a haircut. Hey, mama. So this, did I get blood on it? I got a little bit of blood on it already. I bleed like up to here. Easily. I'm not taking that risk. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna finish getting ready for bed, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then we're gonna go to bed and officially do the overnight test. So give this video a thumbs up for Sharon testing some more period products. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do and turn on your post notifications. And if you want to see me trying some other period products, I've tried a menstrual cup for the first time and reusable pads for the first time. If there's one in specific you want to see from me, let me know. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning and let you know how this goes. Wish me the best. I would just like to let the record show that I feel so naked. I feel like Fluffy. Fluffy, where are you? I feel like Fluffy because I'm not wearing a tampon. I'm not wearing a pad. I'm not wearing anything. It's just underwear. This feels so weird, but also so freeing at the same time. This period underwear might be onto something, but okay, bedtime.
Tomorrow.
Hey guys, I'm exhausted. I also literally feel myself bleeding right now. So we're gonna do our first pee test / check. Not gonna lie, this underwear feels great. It's so convenient. I love that I'm not wearing anything else, but it's also definitely a little bit scary to bleed into because I'm not wearing anything else. But okay, let's pee and see how that goes.
A few moments later.
It looks fine, it looks normal. The only thing I noticed is the blood on the underwear blends in more than the blood does on my reusable pads. I'm very curious to see if it's difficult to get the blood out because I can't see it, but I'm not really stressing over that right now. I'm gonna brush my teeth, wash my face, and we're gonna go on a hot girl walk. I guess this is considered the exercise test. If this can pass the exercise test, it's safe, and honestly, I'm pretty sure it can because it's just underwear. It's not going anywhere. If my underwear magically shifts or falls off, I will be very concerned. But okay, let's get ready. I know someone's gonna ask what products I use. I actually don't use any products in the morning. I just wash my face with water. I do use sunscreen. This one was sent to me by Coco to try. It's been my favorite so far because it's very clean. Come and get me, son. Actually, please no. The only other product I use in the morning isn't even for my face or anything. It's this. It's Gold Bond Friction Defense. If you have thick thighs, this will completely save your life. This is a chafing rub. It's like a little deodorant stick, and I just put it on my thighs, and then I don't chafe. And now I'm gonna get changed. Be right back. Fit check. Not the cutest, but you know what? I'm comfortable, and that's all that matters, especially while being on my period. So that being said, let's go walk. Wait, should I do a cool transition like if this were TikTok? I'm gonna do it.
Two hours later.
Look how sweaty I am. 4.7 miles of sweat here, y'all. I also carry my half-a-gallon water bottle. I drink all of this in the morning, like literally. I'm almost out. It's super important to stay hydrated in general, but it's even more important to stay hydrated when you're on your period because of all that blood loss. Also me, I'm on my period and I'm sweating all my liquids out, so like I gotta drink or I'll pass out. So right now I'm gonna make breakfast and then I'm gonna shower. Actually, I should probably pee first.
No freaking way! I leaked! Oh my god, I literally bled into my shorts. They also stained my shorts. What the hell?
So I'm really not bleeding that much, but look how much I'm sweating. Or well, I sweated. I don't know if you can see the blood. It's right here. You see what I mean about how you can barely notice it because it really blends into the color? I don't know how I leaked, so I'm assuming it was around here. Maybe if this was thicker. I have never leaked with my reusable pads. Oh, but these are also one consistent size throughout. This definitely gets thinner. So here are my shorts. You literally see this. Oh, well, there's my period stain, but this also stained my shorts black. I guess I should have washed them before using them instead of like wearing them just for the first time off the bat. Just to show you guys what I do for period stains, I like to use this OxiClean Max Force. Literally just like spray it like that. Then I'll just like rub it into itself. And I'm gonna let this soak for a bit. And then honestly, I'm gonna probably just toss this in the wash, but you could definitely hand wash it. You also don't really need a stain remover. Period blood usually and typically comes out with just soap and water. We'll come back later. Coquito. You help me make breakfast, Coco? So this is my breakfast. Oops. It's English muffin. I add Gouda cheese, ham. There's a little scrambled egg under the cheese. And I also add buffalo sauce. So let me show you all my period underwear options. These are all from KT by NYX, just like the black ones that I wore. I was so tired last night and so exhausted that I didn't even notice they were all different. This one's kind of like the black one I wore, except the material is different, and I don't think it comes up as high as the black one. See, so this is the butt part. It comes all the way up there, and the vagina part comes up to there. Debating if to wear these next. These are the ones we tried on last night. I know I can't do these next just because I'm still bleeding too much to even try with these. And there's also this one that I'm actually considering wearing as well. So this is the front part, vagina. Here's the butt part. I might try these. Oh, that's a big difference. This comes out like this. This comes out like all the way over here. I think this would be better to sleep in. So yeah, I might go with these. Please don't disappoint me. Oh my gosh, if I leak, I'm gonna be so upset. Before I shower, I am curious to see how much blood this pair of underwear actually held. So possible blood warning. Okay. And it's crazy because like you can't even see it on the surface. You just see it come out. I literally just have to keep washing until there's no more red. It does come out a lot easier than my reusable pads. As it's getting lighter, that means there's less and less blood in there. It really couldn't have been that much blood. I wore it for, oh my gosh, 10, 11 hours, question mark? That seems to be it. Okay, and then I'll put these in the wash. Let's hope for the best with these. Ooh, these feel a little bit tighter. Hello. Oh, my thighs can barely breathe. Honestly, this feels like it's cutting off the circulation on my thighs. Okay, we're switching into the big ones. I tried. I really did. Oh, so much better. I totally look like a granny right now. I am now wearing these, the big polka dot ones, just because, listen, I don't know if it's my thighs are too thick or if it's the style of this underwear, but I put these on and it felt like someone was just trying to choke my thighs. So I was like, okay, I can't. I'm not gonna torture myself like that. So I decided to just wear the big ones again. And you know what? It lines up because I already tested the biggest ones while going to sleep and going to exercise. So now I'm testing the second biggest one. So it's kind of like I'm testing the same pair almost. Not really, but we're gonna pretend. I like this material more. It feels more breathable. It is 70% nylon, 30% spandex. Seaweed fiber. Okay, so it's not cotton. I'm assuming the other one might be cotton. Let's go check. 47% cotton, 47% modal. Is 40% cotton. The one I'm wearing is not. Which is really funny that I feel like this material is more breathable because cotton is actually the most breathable material. So if you're on your period, if you're bleeding, whether you're using reusable products or just using disposable products, cotton underwear is usually the best route to go because it lets you breathe. Your vagina gets to just let it all in and let it all out. And that's also how you can help prevent that stench, you know? You're just still really comfortable. I don't have any plans right now to go out. There are a few errands I would like to run. I would like to test this out and about. So we're gonna play it by ear. I do have to edit a video. So that is what I'm gonna do. For the most part, for at least the first half of the day, I'm just gonna be at home. We'll check in every time I have to pee and see where we're at. And hopefully we don't leak in this one.
3 hours later.
Quick update. I am dressed. I need to go take Fluffy to get some shots that I completely forgot, and those are in like 20 minutes. I did just also use the restroom. Good news is I love the period underwear. It feels incredible. The only thing is I can't see the blood on my underwear, and that kind of freaks me out because I'm like, I don't know how much blood is in there. How do I know when I have to change it? So I googled it and I was like, when are you supposed to change your period underwear? Actually, you can wear period underwear for up to 24 hours depending on your flow. Apart from that, it's recommended to change like maybe every 10 to 12 hours. I'm like, okay, that's still a pretty long amount compared to like the 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 hours with disposable products. But of course I'm thinking, okay, but how do I know when I need to change it? I should be looking for when it starts to feel wet. I haven't experienced that yet. I think we're good for like the rest of the day. Maybe sleep in it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I gotta go take Fluffy. I guess this could be like out in public test. Am I gonna leak or not? And I hope not. But okay, Fluffy, it's time to get shots.
Fluffy, you're getting shots.
Good.
A few moments later.
Fluffy, you did it. You got your shots. Why do you look so high?
So now that Fluffy is vaxxed, I'm gonna drop her off home and then I guess I'll go finish my errands. Literally the only motivation to do these errands right now is that I'm already dressed and I get to do like an out in public test with this period underwear. If it wasn't for that, I would literally just be back home. So I've been wearing this underwear 6 or 7 hours, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wear these to bed. That way I get to like actually experience this pair for a full day and we get to actually see if they last for a full day. I guess I'll hit you guys up in the morning and see how that goes, and then we can actually talk about this entire experience and see if period underwear is worth it or not.
Day 2.
Good morning. So I already changed. I put on some earrings, a little bit of gloss, and I put on a sports bra. I haven't changed my period underwear. I haven't peed yet. I'm gonna go do that now. This is kind of a possible blood warning, by the way. It's really difficult to see the blood. That little dark outline, that's the blood. It all mainly really stuck to the front area. So like this back area was pretty useless for me. I definitely do wish this was the front instead of here because at one point I did leak out of it, or I guess bled out of it. I'm supposed to rinse these out with water and then I'm supposed to put them in the washer like immediately after. So like with the black pair, I literally just rinsed them like I do my reusable pads and then just let it air dry. And then I was gonna put it in the washer. I had a crisis. It is what it is. Either way, I guess it did its job. Honestly, it lasted a long time. How many ever hours it was. Switched over to my camera because I want to actually sit down and talk about all the pros and cons and my experience of using period underwear for the first time after doing this 24-hour test. To summarize, I don't hate period underwear. I really love the feel of them. That's probably my favorite part. I'm not too crazy about how I still leaked or how blood still got out of the pad area. Granted though, the second time, like the second pair of underwear that I tried on the little polka dot, I did wear that for a longer amount of time than the first one, but still, if I could wear for up to 24 hours, I'd like my
period blood to stay within the perimeters it's supposed to. But of course, my experience would be very different from your experience. You might love it, you might hate it. I definitely recommend trying them. I did just quickly pop them in the wash, so I re-soaked the black one and re-rinsed, making sure I got everything out, and then I cleaned out the polka dot one that I just showed you. So I tossed them in the wash, and once they're like out of the wash, I'm just gonna hang dry. So that being said, let's get into the pros and cons, and we'll start off with the cons so we can finish off positively. So my first con is the drying time. You can't put them in the dryer, which sucks. You can put them in like once or twice, but honestly you should avoid it completely so that they last longer. This means if you're like hanging dry or air drying, it could take up to 24 to 48 hours to dry. This isn't a pro or con, but as I was like reading about period underwear and researching last night in bed, I found out that it's recommended that you actually wash them before using them to activate the absorbency. I didn't even think to do that. They were just new and I was like, okay, let's go. I just want to try them already. I'm bleeding. Let's do it. Second con is you need multiple pairs and they are not cheap. Depending on the brand, period underwear can range anywhere from like $24 to like $65. And if you wash them according to the instructions, your period underwear can last from 6 months up to 2 years. I think 6 months to 2 years is a big difference for a hefty amount of money. I wouldn't mind shelling out a lot up front if I know this is gonna last me about 2 years. For maybe a little over $200 or so guesstimating, and that's on the cheaper end. That's not bad at all, considering we spend about maybe on average $20 on period products every single month. But if it's only gonna last for 6 months, then I'm losing money. I guess it really just comes down to the brand you decide to go with and how well you take care of your period underwear. Third con is you can't really change them unless you're home or unless you have a wet bag and a new pair with you to change into. Now this might be a con for some, and this was just me really thinking of all the pros and cons, trying to cover all my bases. You can't go swimming in them. You're still gonna need a tampon or a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc to go swimming. Like, this is not period protection for swimming. But honestly, that's not a deal breaker for me. You have to wash them immediately after.
Editing Sharon here. So I reached out to KT by Nyx to clarify the washing process. Some sources I read were saying that you have to machine wash immediately after, which sounds excessive. KT says, no, the underwear doesn't need to necessarily be washed right after use unless you feel more comfortable giving it a rinse before throwing it in the hamper. Some like to rinse, air dry, then toss in laundry load when their cycle is over. That's exactly what I do with my reusable pads, so it's perfect. Also, if you want to get your own period underwear, I'll link the ones I'm using in my description.
This one isn't necessarily a big con, but it could be in the tiniest form. It's super important to buy the right size to minimize the risk of leakage. So I'm wondering if maybe I leaked in the black one because it wasn't the right size for me, but it felt comfortable. That was the thing. I think if I had gone any smaller, I wouldn't have been able to breathe. I really think it was just the constant me walking and my thighs moving and all that moving that caused the blood to like seep out the sides. The last one is that you have to replace them way more often than other reusable products. To give you an idea, menstrual cups could last anywhere from like 5 to 10 years. Period underwear, on the other hand, I think you have 2 or 3 years, but I still prefer wearing pads and period underwear than I would a menstrual cup. The pros now. First pro, obvious one, is they're reusable. They're also supposed to be a lot better for you too. So the FDA classifies pads and tampons as medical devices, so they actually don't require manufacturers to list all the ingredients used in these products. So what results from that is we're not entirely sure what ingredients, chemicals, toxins they're using. I do recommend doing your own research. I have watched some videos and read some articles about menstruators saying they've been experienced lighter periods and less painful periods after switching to reusable products. That could definitely be the chemicals used in pads, for example, but you do that research on your own. Number 2, kind of obvious, goes hand in hand with the first one, is they're better for the environment. Sanitary pads made with plastic, like disposable ones, can take up to 800 years to decompose. There's gonna be people 800 years from now finding my pads and being like, what is this fossil? And even if you don't want reusable products, at least look for eco-friendly products if you can. This one's a little bit wishy-washy. I can't decide if it's a pro or a con, and again, it really comes down to the circumstances, for lack of better words. They could be wallet friendly, but they also could end up being more expensive. So that's why this one's kind of in the middle of a pro and a con. Because they're so expensive and you need multiple pairs, it makes it a con. But because they can last up to 2 years, it makes it a pro. Number 4, and I talked about this multiple times, I love the way they feel. I just love wearing underwear and not having to wear anything else. It truly doesn't feel like I'm on my period. And apparently the black lining that I was talking about, like not being able to see the period blood, that's normal and that's expected, which honestly, like not seeing the period blood helps me forget that I'm on my period, which I guess makes it feel more like any other day. Next pro is that there are different sizes and there are different styles. You can get briefs, bikinis, as you saw that I have, and even thongs. It's pretty cool that there's different options like there would be pads and tampons. As mentioned before, but just to reiterate this as a pro, is they can be worn for hours. And they can hold a couple tampons full of blood. Disposable products you can usually wear for like 4 to 8 hours depending on your flow, so the fact that this you can wear 10 to 12 or even 24 hours, like, that's insane. I don't think they're as messy as other options. And when I think about my reusable pads and the period underwear, arguably the period underwear is a lot easier to clean than the reusable pad. The period underwear, if I put it under running cold water, the blood just runs itself out. I obviously squeeze and wring it to make sure everything is out, but the water just flowing on itself makes the blood come out. With my reusable pad, I have to sit there and rub it out. So I do think it is easier to clean, and it could be considered less messy than others, like maybe a menstrual cup. Now, some little bit of suggestions before I send you off on your way to try some period underwear. I still think they're awesome. I also want to mention it was a big mistake on my part to not read the instructions before just throwing on period underwear. And to be honest, this may sound a little bit ignorant, but I thought it was just gonna be so simple. So lesson learned, always read the instructions, even if you think you don't have to. And lastly, I want to leave you with this. You don't have to rely on just one type of period product. I would totally recommend period underwear to anyone, and I'd even recommend maybe having like 1, 2, 3 pairs. You don't necessarily have to have a full cycle's worth, but at least have some. I'd also recommend even having a menstrual cup or reusable pads. I'd recommend just having a mix in general. And I say that because not every day of your life is exactly the same. You might be doing something different on one day, you might be more active on one or more chiller on the other. That being said, no period day is exactly the same either. On some days you might have a lighter period, on other days you might have a heavier period. There's nothing wrong with using multiple products, and if anything, I think that like makes things a little bit easier and even fun in a way. Personally, I just love reusable pads. They work for me. They have been working for me. I personally just really enjoy them. I might switch it up with some pads and underwear now though. At the end of the day, it does come down to your personal preference and your lifestyle, and I cannot emphasize that enough. But that being said, I hope this gave you some insight and helps you figure out if you want to try period underwear or not. If you guys want to see me try some other period products that I haven't tried yet, I do have a video where I tried a menstrual cup for 24 hours and reusable pads for 24 hours, so definitely go check those out. If you have one that you would like me to try next, I do want to try the disc. They're just waiting for me on the shelf, so maybe that'll be the next one I try. If you have any more period questions or are looking for some more period advice, I have a lot of period content on my channel. I recommend starting with my All About Periods playlist. That is every single period video I've ever made. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you use period underwear or if you use any other reusable period products, or honestly just any period product in general, I want you to tell me what your favorite is and why. And if I haven't tried it, maybe you can convince me to try it. Now, shout out of the day goes to Em on Instagram. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be shout out of the day, just follow me on my Instagram and stay active, and also follow me on my TikTok and my Twitter so you have the same my videos. You get a chance to be in them, and you also get bonus content. And if you are not subscribed yet, definitely make sure you're subscribed, especially if you want to see me trying, what's it called? A menstrual disc. I already forgot the name. It is too early for this. I'm barely awake right now. I really hope this helps you guys out, and I will see you next time. Bye.